AI is everywhere, and there are some pretty exciting job roles within the field, like the AI engineer. But what exactly is an AI engineer and what do they actually do? Let's find out. An AI engineer builds systems that are powered by artificial intelligence. They work at the intersection of software development and machine learning, designing and deploying models, integrating them into products, and making sure they actually work in the real world. In practice, this means taking powerful machine learning models and embedding them into apps, tools, or platforms that people can interact with. Their goal is to make artificial intelligence useful and accessible. But wait, isn't that what a machine learning engineer does? Or a data scientist? Kind of, but not quite. There's definitely some overlap, but each role has a different focus. Data scientists focus on exploring data to figure out what kind of model might solve a particular problem. Machine learning engineers focus on training and fine-tuning those models. AI engineers take it one step further. They turn those trained models into real usable features. Their job is to make sure that the AI system is production ready, reliable, scalable, and genuinely useful in a live product. And those live products and features take all different forms. Whether it's a recommendation system, text or image generation, a specialized chatbot, or an RAG application. You can bet there's an AI engineer behind it. So that's the role in a nutshell. But what does the job actually involve on a day-to-day basis? Let's take a look. Main tasks and responsibilities. At the heart of it, AI engineers are problem solvers. They start with the challenge, say, we want our app to give smart recommendations. Or we want to answer customer questions automatically. And they figure out how to use AI to make that happen. That means a lot of different things. Sometimes it's researching which model to use for a specific task, maybe a large language model or maybe something more lightweight. Sometimes it's about crafting prompts that guide a model to give better answers. This is known as a prompt engineer, and it's becoming a very in-demand skill. Another key task is designing workflows where AI can slot into existing systems, like automatically categorizing support tickets or using a model to summarize long customer reviews. And throughout all of this, they're often writing code to bring these systems into life, whether that's building pipelines, integrating models into products, or setting up tools to monitor performance. It's not just about building cool tech. It's about building things that actually work for both users and businesses. So in general, AI engineers cover everything from researching and selecting models to fine-tuning and prompt engineering to designing workflows, writing code, integrating models into apps, testing their performance, and continuously improving them once they're live. Of course, that requires a pretty diverse tool stack. So let's take a look at that now. What tools do AI engineers use? AI engineers work with many different tools, depending on what they're building. First up, Python. This is the go-to programming language for AI and machine learning because it's flexible, powerful, and has lots of useful libraries. Then, when it comes to working with models, engineers often use frameworks like TensorFlow or PyTorch. These help with training, fine-tuning, and building models from scratch. When working with large language models, they might use Hugging Face transformers or OpenAI's API to access more powerful pre-trained models, or LangChain to build more advanced workflows. For deploying models, basically getting them out there into the real world, AI engineers use cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. These let you host models and scale them up as needed. And when it comes to building full applications, they use tools like Docker to package everything up so it runs reliable across different systems, and Flask or Fast API to connect the model to a web or mobile app. Jupyter is another staple tool for experimenting and testing ideas. And to track how models are performing over time, you've got tools like weights and biases. This helps you monitor experiments and keep everything organized. Beyond that, there are many new tools emerging specifically for AI engineers, such as prompt tuning libraries, model monitoring dashboards, and data labeling platforms. The field is evolving quickly, so AI engineers must constantly learn and adapt. Okay, so we know what an AI engineer does and what tools they use, but how does this play out in the workplace? Let's take a look. What's a typical day in the life of an AI engineer? A typical day for an AI engineer is a mix of focused technical work and team collaboration. You might start your day digging into how a model performed overnight, checking key metrics like accuracy, latency, or user feedback. Maybe something is not working quite as expected, so spend some time diagnosing the issue and planning what to tweak. From there, you might jump into a team stand-up. Bear in mind that it's a very collaborative role. AI engineers often work closely with the data scientists, software developers, and PMs to make sure that what they are building aligns with the overall product vision. Maybe the product manager is saying, we need this chatbot to sound more friendly. Or the data scientist might have ideas for improving performance with the new data. The AI engineer takes that input and translates it into practical updates, rewriting prompts, adjusting model parameters, or refining how the model fits into the product. And then there's plenty of hands-on building time. That could be testing new model APIs, writing Python code to fine-tune outputs, or deploying updates to a staging environment. Some days are super creative, others are more about maintenance, fixing bugs, improving performance, and making sure the system holds up under pressure. No 2 days are exactly the same. And that's all part of the fun. But overall, it's a hands-on implementation-focused role, combining technical problem-solving with close collaboration across teams. Next, we look at where AI engineers actually work. AI engineers are in demand across all kinds of companies, not just big tech. Of course, you find roles at places like Google, Meta, OpenAI, and Microsoft. But AI engineers are also being hired by banks, e-commerce companies, healthcare startups, law firms, and creative agencies. Basically, anyone who's trying to build smarter systems and automate parts of their workflow. And when it comes to searching for jobs, bear in mind that AI engineer is not the only term you come across. There are tons of different job titles within the field, like machine learning engineer, AI ML engineer, LLM engineer, prompt engineer, or even applied AI scientist. The exact title depends on the company, but if the job involves deploying intelligent systems, it probably falls under the AI engineering umbrella. I talk more about the fastest growing AI jobs in a separate video, so check that out for more insights. You find the link in the description below. Next, I show you how to get started in the field. How to become an AI engineer. If you like what you've heard so far, you might be wondering how to become an AI engineer. Ultimately, you need to focus on learning the essential skills and getting hands-on practice. Start with programming fundamentals in Python and make sure you've got a basic understanding of how the web works. Learn how to use tools like Git for version control and how to work with data using SQL. From there, it's all about learning the core concepts of machine learning, how models are trained, evaluated, and improved. You'll also want to get comfortable with prompt engineering, especially if you're working with large language models. Once you've got the basics down, the next step is to start building. Create small projects, experiment with open source models, and use what you've learned to solve real problems. That hands-on practice is what turns knowledge into actual skill. And it'll help you build a strong portfolio. For a more in-depth guide, check out my step-by-step roadmap for how to become an AI engineer. I'll drop the link below. I hope you've enjoyed learning all about the role of an AI engineer. For more insights, just like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're ready to get started in the field, check out Masterschool's AI engineering program. You learn all the essential skills, build your portfolio, and get help with landing your first job. Masterschool offers a really thorough and practical program. And if you live in Germany and are currently unemployed, you could get the course fully paid for by the German government. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.